Imagine it's late, maybe 2 in the morning. You're just about to fall asleep when you hear a soft knock at your front door. You're not expecting anyone. You look through the peephole and see 2 small figures. Hoosed children and Tay look lost. A tiny voice says, "Let us in. We need to use your phone." What would you do? Would you open the door? This isn't just a hypothetical question. For some people, it's the start of a terrifying, unexplainable encounter with what have become known as the black-eyed children. This whole phenomenon started creeping into our collective consciousness back in the late 1990s. The internet was still a fairly new frontier, a digital Wild West of forums and message boards. A journalist named Brian Bethel posted a story about a strange encounter he had in a parking lot. He described 2 kids, no older than 10 or 12, approaching his car. They asked for a ride home. Everything seemed normal until he looked closer. Their eyes, they were completely black. No whites, no irises, just solid, soulless black holes. Bethel wrote about an overwhelming, primal fear that washed over him, a sense of pure dread that screamed at him to get away. He sped off, leaving the children behind, but the image of those eyes was burned into his memory. Once Bethel shared his story, the floodgates opened. Suddenly, similar accounts started popping up all over the internet. The details were eerily consistent. It was always children, usually in pairs. They'd appear at night, on doorsteps, or knocking on car windows. They'd ask for something simple: a ride, a glass of water, to use the phone. Their voices were often described as oddly monotone or mature for their age. But the defining feature, the thing that everyone mentioned, was the eyes, completely black, like a shark's. And with those eyes came an intense, unnatural feeling of terror. People reported feeling sick, dizzy, as if their very soul was being threatened. They felt a strange, compelling urge to let the children in, an urge they had to fight with every fiber of their being, those who gave in. Well, the stories get a lot darker there. The accounts are often secondhand, stories of what happened to a friend of a friend. The legends say that once you invite them in, terrible things follow. Misfortune, illness, even death is said to plague those who break the cardinal rule. Never, ever let them inside. Whether it was bad luck that followed or something more sinister, the message was clear. Inviting them in was a mistake you couldn't undo. So, what are these entities? The internet has run wild with theories. Are they demons in disguise? Testing our compassion to find a way into our homes and lives? Are they extraterrestrials? Aliens trying to understand us, or perhaps something far more menacing? Some people believe they are lost souls, ghosts of children who met a tragic end, now forever wandering and seeking entry into the world of the living. Others lean towards a more psychological explanation, suggesting it's a modern-day boogeyman, a manifestation of our societal fears about strangers and the safety of our homes. Our brains are wired to see patterns and faces. So maybe in the dark, our minds play tricks on us, filling in the blanks with our deepest fears. The story of the black-eyed children is a perfect example of a modern folktale, a campfire story for the digital age. It spread like wildfire through early blogs, paranormal forums, and creepypasta websites. It taps into very real, very human fears. The fear of the unknown, the fear of what lurks outside our safe, well-lit homes, and the unsettling idea of something evil hiding behind a mask of innocence. A child in need is supposed to evoke sympathy, but these stories twist that instinct into a test of survival. Whether you believe they are real supernatural beings or just a powerful urban legend, there's no denying these stories sends chills down your spine. The image of those black eyes is hard to shake. It makes you think twice about that late-night knock on the door. So, I'll ask you again. If you heard that knock and you saw those kids, what would you do? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think the black-eyed children really are? Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this dive into the unexplained, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Stay safe out there.